Okay, this video is to show you how to do the armhole seam and the long top of the sleeve and shoulder seam. This is my armhole and this is my sweater here. This is the front shoulder, back shoulder strip, and center back and the other back shoulder strip. I've got these loops tied off that we aren't going to be using right now, just to keep them out of the way so you can see a little better. I'm going to start on this end here and twist these one full revolution or rotation there. Hook the next set. So that's, and like I've said before, this seam, it looks the same on the front of the seam as it does on the back of the seam, so it really doesn't matter however you braid it there. Just when you're braiding the strips together, you want to make sure that you start at the bottom of the strips and go up like here. That's the only real thing you need to be careful of. Okay, you got three there left. And at the end of this seam, now I'm going to do the same thing we did with the other ones and twist these just like we started with, to twist them one full rotation there, and then I'm going to get the next two loops on either side and hook them on there. Okay, now I'm ready to do the long sleeve seam and shoulder seam. I've got my 4 shoulder loops. Well, I did have them tied off. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's the 4 shoulder loops right there. These are the 4 shoulder loops on this side. Now, no, those are the rest of the sleeve right there. These are the 4 shoulder loops right here. This loop right here and this loop over here that I have marked, these are the first loops on the other side of the shoulder strip going down. We're not going to actually braid with them, but when we get these all braided, we're going to twist these last 2 loops and hook them on these, just like we did with the other seams. And I'll start this one the same way too. Gonna twist this and then hook the next 2 loops. And the only difference really between this particular seam and the other seams is when we get to the armhole seam right here, where these two first loops and last loops were twisted. When we get to that, we're going to take these other two loops on the shoulder side and hook them underneath any one of these loops here before we braid with them. And that just helps. If you don't do that, then you end up with a pretty big hole there. So that just helps to close up the hole. And this really, like I say, this goes pretty quick once you get the hang of it. And I hope you can see this okay. It's kind of hard to see yellow on yellow. Okay. Now we're at the armhole seam there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take this fourth loop, get my hook here, and I'm going to go underneath there. I'm going to grab that loop there and pull it up there. I'm just going to go ahead and hook it so it doesn't get lost there. And then this one here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shoulder loops right there. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go underneath this seam right here and pull that up through there. And then this is going to get hooked right there. And these are the two loops that we went under with. We'll cross them and hook the next two. Got those crossed. I'm going to hook these. Cross these, and these are the fourth set of shoulder loops there. So we're at the end of the shoulder seam. I'll take these two that I've got marked here. Take those off there. Okay, take these last two loops that we braided here, twist them one full rotation, and then hook these next loops on there. And that's your shoulder seam there. There's your armhole, there's your shoulder seam. And then the other going around the edge, that is the same as you do on the hat, so I'm not going to demonstrate that on this video. Here's your front, center front there, side front, side back, center back, and other side back. And you do the other armhole sleeve the same way. Thank you for watching.